Hey guys, and welcome to the last Punch-Out video. In the last video we went over the extra stuff and we fought Doc Lewis. In this video we're gonna end Mac's career. But before we do that, shoutouts to Zallard1 for playing this game at AGDQ. I've always wanted to see this live. He performed 2 new glitches that I've never seen before. And when I saw them I had to try them out. And I managed to get them to work. If you do a star punch right as soon as Bald Bull's gonna do the steaming thing, the camera walks out.
Wow.
See? I call this Street Fighter mode. It's actually pretty interesting. If you look at Mac, he has less frames when he punches. That's because Mac is designed to be like that. So that way his punches come out quicker as opposed to everybody else. And he's also all fadey and stuff.
Plus the depth of the actual punches is much different just because that's just not supposed to be seen this way.
Yeah. I needed one more knockdown on him, but I couldn't do it because I wasn't used to the camera angle. And there's another one with Aaron Ryan, which involves you need to get a star and you need to do it right as he's gonna take out the boxing glove on a string. This one was actually tougher to get than Bald Bull's. You're gonna see it right now, but I actually like his camera glitch even more. Like right around there.
Whoa.
Oh god.
Now we're stuck in leg cam where you sometimes see Mac's crutch. I was really hoping to nail the star punch right there so I could finish him off with a horrible camera angle. But I wasn't able to do it. Alright, so that's it. Now let's do Mac's last stand. So, like I said before, all the fights are randomized, so you don't know who you're gonna fight. You just have to hope you know how to fight everybody. Luckily for me, I do, so this isn't all that tough. As you can see, I have 51 knockouts because I was trying to find certain fighters and I had to reset a lot so I can get certain people. Unfortunately, I'm too good at boxing, so I'm gonna undo all of my training so I can suck.
Go away, muscle. Go away. I like how doing reverse push-ups causes muscles to shrink. Do some reverse sit-ups, Mac. Wait, how does that...
Flies up the stairs.
Okay, so Bear Hugger was the character that ended up with the second most votes. Over 22 people voted for Bear Hugger.
Or Olivia's dad, basically.
Olivia's father. And I was really just gonna do a normal fight, but then Nimpact1 of YouTube had one of the best suggestions ever, and his suggestion was lose by avoiding everything except for when he says need a hug. So he's gonna hug me to death. And that includes me not throwing a single punch. I will not attack at all. On to the last guy. Believe it or not, dying is actually hard for me.
You try, but it's just too difficult.
Like, I decided to stretch out every fight for 3 rounds just so we could, if we had anything to talk about or just to squeeze it all out. It's really hard because, like, he takes forever to hug me. And I just want him to hug me. And he keeps doing every other stupid move under the sun.
Come on, Bear Hugger, stop trying to make this easy.
Hug me, I'm a bear.
Should probably talk about the tallies for the other fighters while this is going on. Von Kaiser had 5. A lot of people seem to actually want him, but unfortunately not enough people voted for him. Disco Kid had 7. He was close to being one of the fighters. King Hippo only had 3. Piston Hondo had 2. Great Tiger, only one person voted for Great Tiger, and I felt a little bad for him.
Oh.
Don Flamenco had 5. Aaron Ryan had 6. Soda Popinski had 2. Bald Bull had 1. Super Macho Man had 2. Mr. Sandman came very close. He had 9. But the winners are the other 2. Which you'll see when we get there.
You really need to ask Olivia if her father actually says, need a hug every time he hugs her. Bear Hugger does have the best voice actor.
It's one of the best parts about this game. Like, all the voices are perfect. They fit, they're in their native tongues. It's great. They even got all the accents right.
Not only did they get the native tongues, but they hired them from the places that the the performers were from. So, like, the German voice actor was actual German.
Mm-hmm. And that's one.
Now Bear Hugger's the champion, I guess.
Even though Bear Hugger had the second most votes, I did him first because of the suggestion, and because the one everybody wanted me to give the belt to was the next fighter, but unfortunately I couldn't for the life of me find him again in Mac's Last Stand, and I kind of came to the conclusion that because I wasn't able to find him again, you can only find him in Mac's Last Stand once. So unfortunately I wasn't able to do his fight during Mac's Last Stand, but I'm still gonna give you a fight and a requirement. So Donkey Kong got a grand total of 11 votes. He beat Mr. Sandman by 2. That kind of sucks though. So what I decided to do was lose to him in an exhibition fight, and then pretend that I lost to him in Mac's Last Stand. And you're gonna see poor editing happening, but it's intentional.
Did you do some movie maker, like, transitions or something?
No, you'll just see, like, the audio cue is gonna give it away, and also you get to see, like, the number, like, when I died. It's gonna be hilariously inaccurate, but whatever.
I hope you do the cycle of color spectrum thing.
Please.
No. Yeah, let me blind the audience. The requirement that I ended up going with was lose by decision, which I've never actually done ever. And it's actually kind of tough to get, but especially since losing by decision, it tallies up by all the punches you landed, all the punches you missed, how many times you were hurt, etc, etc. And usually, very first playthrough when I had this game, when I would have the match be decided by decision, I would end up winning because I landed the most punches. But here, I'm doing my best to balance out the punches and me getting hit. So that was also pretty hard for me too.
Donkey Kong really enjoys this way too much. I love murdering people with my fists.
The donkey in Donkey Kong is silent.
Yeah, I noticed that too when I was recording. This fight goes into 3 rounds, but I spare you guys and I just cut to the 3rd round eventually because it's just more or less the same.
Can't you just let him wail on you and then just, like, not let him hit you for the last knockdown?
Well, Mac gets 3 knockdowns and Donkey Kong hurts like a truck. So, you know, if I let him hit me too much, then I would have just died right then and there. Now you get to see it happen. And here's what happens when you lose.
What? It was decision, what are you doing? Ah!
That's actually one of the reasons why people wanted me to make him be the 3rd guy I lose to, and or give the belt up to him, because of the way I lose. So if you notice by the musical cue and by the first round that I apparently lost in, that was Mr. Sandman.
A similar body type.
Why does Donkey Kong kidnap you when you lose?
Well, you know how in Donkey Kong, he kidnaps Pauline and then Mario has to climb the ladders?
Oh, right.
It's a reference to that. So, by no shock whatsoever, Glass Joe was the winner by 35 whole votes.
What's wrong with you people?
That must be how he got his first win. People tallied that he should win this fight.
Well, apparently I actually read up a little bit about this. The first person he beat was the first person you fight in Super Punch-Out, which is like this guy who actually has a worse record than Glass Joe because he lost to Glass Joe.
His name is Gabby J.
There we go, yeah.
And he's like this super old guy.
He likes like Einstein, sorta.
And I don't know if they actually ever fought, like, that's probably what happened, but Gabby J in that game decides to make Glass Joe his coach.
If that's any indication.
Yeah. So, the requirement here by a lot of people, they were just like, lose to Glass Joe in round 3, have an awesome fight, and lose in round 3. And that's exactly what I do.
Also, the one win that Gabby guy gets is actually against Bald Bull.
That's what's rumored. I don't know if it's actually true.
Yeah, of course.
It's like Phantom, like, because I know like some people say that, oh, Glass Joe's first win was by this guy called Nick Bruiser, who's like one of the last fights in Super Punch Out was by him by total luck. Honorable mentions goes to one of the users in Something Awful whose suggestion was don't lose at all. And I liked it, but this Let's Play would never end is the problem.
And we'll definitely start running out of things to talk about.
We kind of need to move on to Pikmin 3.
Exactly.
That and I kind of have Wind Waker to wrap up. And Wind Waker's way easier to record than this.
This might be your last match ever, Mac. Let me enjoy this chocolate. And down. I can see how the delay punch can definitely get you.
Yeah, even now it still gets me. Like, even here, even though I'm, like, intentionally letting him wail on me, sometimes when I dodge, he actually is catching me with the delayed punch. Because it's so ridiculously slow and stupid, but it's easy to dodge, but you're so used to fast punches that you're just gonna get hit.
This is like a really lame version of Ippo versus Sendo.
You know how when Travis and I talk about music, Yoshi's out of the loop? When they talk about Hajime no Ippo, I'm out of the loop.
It's okay, I'm gonna do the Dempsey roll really quick, you'll see.
Let's just say
you don't even know what that is, but I wanted to say.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you talk about Hajime no Ippo at all, no one gets it. So, I mean, that's just how it is.
Well, my brother's a huge fan of it, and I love it too.
You have to see it to be able to know what anyone's ever talking about.
Like, I've seen, like, most of it, but I definitely need to, like, start from the beginning. So, because I suck now, Glass Joe's actually kicking my ass. And I'm playing it up here where it's like, oh, Joe-senpai, your punches hurt so much.
Jojo.
Jojo!
Jojo!
We're gonna get our stands in pretty quick.
God, I just can't wait to get you to watch the episodes with stands in them.
I can't wait. I was really hoping for Joe to just pull out a shotgun because he was ready for me. Or a Tommy gun.
Just to let you guys know, I have Yoshi on season 2 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and he was not prepared.
No, I laughed my head off. Alright guys, get ready. Final round. Say goodbye to Punch-Out.
It's so depressing that this ends on such a depressing note. I mean, you fight until you can't fight anymore, but I guess that's boxing.
That's how the game ends.
His body gives out.
I was actually tapping the buttons to actually get the last recovery, but it didn't happen.
It's really tough to do.
Yeah, it's random. It happens sometimes it doesn't. I think it's 50-50.
Listen, son, you've had a great career. I'm proud of you, kid. You're still the champion in my book.
But get the hell out of my office.
I really like Doc, and the next cutscene you're gonna see is actually kind of sad. If I can hit the retire button, for some reason my finger slips.
Press X to retire.
Like 3 times, I can't do it. There we go.
You're crying all over your hands, those are.
Alright, I'm gonna stay quiet for this bit.
Elvis has left the ring.
Turn around every now and then.
Good job, son. Good job.
I thought it was going to be pictures at R.I.P. Little Mac.
No, that's the thing. Like, when I watched that, I was like, wow, is he dead?
No, Max just retired is all.
Well, he acts like he's never going to see him again, so I'm like, what happened?
He just doesn't want to box anymore.
Also, I'm sorry, I couldn't hide the total eclipse of the heart.
No, it's okay.
We
We ruined so many moments for you in Skies of Arcadia, so.
And Last of Us.
And Bioshock Infinite.
And every game I've ever played.
And yeah. I mean, the only thing that would have made it better is after it faded out, it just said fail, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Or that was what's on the painting, is just a big word, fail. Good job, Mac, but you suck.
With Doc giving, like, finger guns, it's just a portrait of him, like, hey!
And he clearly wrote it with his chocolate bar.
But yeah, that's Punch-Out. Thanks, everybody, for sending in your suggestions for who I should lose to. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for waiting, being patient for all the times I said, oh yeah, this is gonna be a short Let's Play, I'm gonna do it in 2 months, and it totally did not happen. But I'm really glad you guys stuck around, and I'm really glad that you guys liked it, and because this is a little side game that I wanted to do because I really love Punch-Out. And I'd like to give a thanks to Olivia for being here when she was. Thanks to Thorn and Travis for sticking with me. And it was really fun. This is officially the second Let's Play that I've completed for as long as I've been on this group.
Alias can say multiple games completed.
So, now that this is over, I'm gonna finish Wind Waker. And then once Wind Waker's over, I'm gonna start Pikmin 3. And when Pikmin 3's over, who knows? Probably nothing.
The world is his oyster.
Which was a terrible game.
I had a lot of fun with it, though. Like, really, I love this. It's the same thing, but even faster.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Next Level Games for making a really, really good sequel/remake to Punch-Out. It's fantastic. I really recommend you guys to get this game. If you guys got a Wii U, Nintendo recently did I mentioned it before, but Nintendo did like a recent special Wii sale where they re-released Super Mario Galaxy 2, the Metroid Prime Trilogy, I think. One of the Metroids, I think it's Prime Trilogy, and Punch-Out. And it was for a while, it was a 50% off sale for the first week. But I think it's still up there, so, you know, if you guys want to play Punch-Out, if you can't find it on the Wii, if you have a Wii U, you can download it there. I hear the startup time's a bit of an issue. I don't know if that's going to be fixed or not, but it's still the same game through and through.
Does that studio, are they making any other games, or are they still around?
Next Level Games is working on something, because the very first games they did were Super Mario Strikers, which is a Mario soccer game.
Which is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, these guys are they're up there with one of my favorite game developers, because every game of theirs is always has something that makes you want to come back to it. And they just put a lot of effort, like in the animations, the voice work, the game. Featuring Doc Lewis. Like if it's a sitcom credit.
Right.
And us as Little Mac. That's one of those games that gives you the warm fuzzies, huh?
Yeah, like when I see that last cutscene, I'm just like, it's over.
With a 69.
With a 69. That was unintentional. It was the exhibitions and me trying to fight the fucking idiots to
Being an
lose
exhibitionist.
to. That too.
Punch Out.
The majority of the fights were recorded from Korea.
I thought you said recorded from Korea.
Oh, by the way, I was wrong. You actually can play your profile again. You just can't do career mode. You can do everything else, though.
I have to say, that'd be a dumb decision.
Yeah, I played this game a lot, but I don't remember, like, ending career. So, yeah, that was Punch-Out. Thanks for everybody. Thanks again for watching. It was lots of fun. And here's to more Wind Waker.
Now that you brought up studios that you really like, what would you say is, like, your couple of favorite gaming studios?
It's a good question. I don't want to be the guy who's like, oh yeah, everything Nintendo, because I do like Insomniac when they, you know, do Ratchet and other stuff, and Naughty Dog is also really good.
Yeah.
You know, when they had Jak and Daxter, and then Jak and Daxter died, so there goes that. You got HAL Laboratories with the Kirby games, but more importantly, Smash Brothers, which is my absolute favorite thing ever. The Tales of Studio.
What about you, Thorn?
I don't fucking know.
Video games.
Video games. I have no brand loyalty.
I would say at least mine. Platinum, who made things like Bayonetta, Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, every game that's had the most epic endings ever. People that make Persona. Atlas.
Yeah, Atlas is really good.
Atlas, they make a lot of games that are kind of meh, but the games that do really well, they do really well.
I like Trauma Center. Trauma Center's pretty good.
Trauma Center's good. And Axis is another one I really like. If you're a fighting game person and you like the Guilty Gear series, they're the creator of that. They also created a Persona-based fighting game. Any fighting game that's really good, I feel like they've always had a little bit of a hand in its process.
I have another one. Square Enix when they're not doing Final Fantasy. Because The World Ends With You was amazing.
I didn't play enough of that, but
I'm still waiting for the sequel. And Mario RPG was really good for the NES. Super NES.
Sleeping Dogs.
Sleeping Dogs, there you go.
Sleeping Dog Studios, man.
You know, when they get back to that in the year never, hopefully.
I still say at some point, just because we did that Let's Play, they are going to make a sequel.
Wei Shen for Smash Bros. 5.
That's Wei Shen for Smash Brothers is actually a password on one of my school accounts.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, don't say that here.
Well, I bet there's more to it, but yeah.
Wei Shen for Smash Brothers also on the Cake Buzz at Travis at Yahoo.
You know what? I feel like if I typed in I'm the cake boss at yahoo.com, it'd be like actually currently taken by the cake boss. Can we explain this joke? Like,
Oh yeah, we have yet to do that.
is it easier to just not? I don't know.
We keep making reference. We've been doing it since the beginning of Ocarina of Time, which is actually around where it started.
Well, Yoshi told us a story about how one time the cake boss got pulled over by a cop who tried to give him a ticket. He says, "You can't give me a ticket, I'm the cake boss."
The real life cake boss.
Yes.
The real life Cake Boss, that's really what he said. I just typed in Cake Boss and it's one of the first things you see on Google.
So we just have a habit of just whenever there's a really stupid thing we're trying to defend, we're just like, I'm the cake boss.
Because the cops came over and he literally just goes, "You can't arrest me because I'm the Cake Boss." And it just made me imagine him just going like, "Hey, you can't stop me, I'm the Cake Boss." And the cops were just like, "Well, shit, he's right. We can't arrest him now."
They look on their rule book to figure out if that's an actual rule. Article 65A, we can't pull over the cake boss.
One of the officers go to the radio and they're like, "I'm gonna need backup, but it's not for the perp, it's for me. Because the Cake Boss just schooled the shit out of me."
So now our jokes are all caught up, folks. You're welcome.
Now you get a little bit of the Straw Hat No in-joke library
This is
for you.
the Straw Hat lore.
The Straw Hat canon.
The Straw Hat notes.
Oh, by the way, in the Straw Hat No canon, Mac retires from boxing because he earned enough money to go to law school.
That's right.
With Doc as his partner. I imagine they work like Phoenix Wright, where Mac is the lawyer and Doc is the assistant.
He should have minored in physics, so that would keep him falling off the stages in Smash Brothers.
He's a law guy, okay? And a fighter.
Not a law of physics.
He's not good at jumping. If you never seen him jump once. Outside of Smash Bros. Oh, he does the Shoryuken punches, but that's about it. We didn't say it once, but bop.
Thank you.
Can't bop me, I'm the bop boss.
I'm the cake bop.
Well, that just reminds me of Kids Bop. Cake Bop 27. Now with all your favorite cake hits.
Here's a cake pop.
I'm all about the cake.
Cake.
We're just gonna run this into the ground.
It already has been thoroughly buried.
Okay. Thanks for coming, everybody.
We're bopping out.
We're back to Pizza Joe's birthday party.
It's God, just end. You stupid birthday party, I hate you.
It never will. It never will.
Back to the Adventures of Bonerface.
You say it like it's a bad thing.
Back to the Adventures of Bonerface. Oh yeah, Nickelodeon.
Cartoon Network. They're on both networks because the company didn't know how to. They just hate each other, okay?
Nintendo has a hard time with rules.
It's helping the competition and not helping them at the same time. It can happen only on the hub. Okay, we're done.